Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Thank you very much for all your beautiful comments, your likes, your subscribes. I can't thank you guys enough. It's really wonderful. This is now my full-time job, so it's really nice to have your support. And a special shout out to Christina, our new Platinum Patreon donor. Thank you very much. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate even the small amounts that really count, but when we get like a really beautiful gesture like this, it really helps us with we need tons of batteries all the time for the lights. Our new lighting, we're always trying to upgrade with our equipment, and this is wonderful. It's very helpful. It was the first email I woke up to, and I was very excited because things are progressing so nicely. And again, it's all because what we want is on the way, right? And I've been saying that, and it really is, because I'm really trying to bolster everything on this and really raise the bar and make it really be an exquisite experience with beautiful cards, beautiful lighting, great content. And again, I need my research time. It's all those things, you know what I mean? Especially when I'm dealing with stuff that's scientifically accurate, because with anything like sexual chemistry or attraction, people spend millions and billions of dollars a year in research in this. It's perfumes, it's all those things. It's like, science is just, there is a science to it, and it's very fascinating. And it's like, once I start reading into this, I'm like, okay, you have to actually do the taping, because I'm like, oh, now I need to know more. But we have enough information here, and we're going to see if you and your significant other, the person you're thinking about, has sexual chemistry. And how we're going to do today is how we usually do. This one's going to be a 6-pick a card read, and we're going to go right down the line with this. The first one is Embrace Spirit. Second is Seek Your Destiny. 3 is Have Courage. 4 is You Were Born to Create. 5 is We Are All Connected. And 6 is Challenge Your Perception. And these are all topics we've been dealing with too, right? That's why I love these cards so much, because they really help us form a bigger picture of what's going on in our mind, in our body, in our spirits, you know what I mean? And recognizing signs too, because one of the big parts about sexual chemistry is recognizing the signs. It's quite crucial for sure, you know what I mean? We need to be able to pick up on these cues. And lots of times all it really is it's the ability to arouse someone, their interest, pique their interest. It's usually commonly it's physique or an attractive look, you know what I mean? Yoga pants probably play a big part. We're not talking about like the song being 100 and wearing something tight, but you ever see those people and they just have the perfect derrieres and physique, and now I don't even know, I think yoga pants are made out of silly putty and cement, because it just forms this shape that's ridiculous for sure, men and women, right? Okay, so let's jump right into this, and we are going to start, hopefully you've looked at these and you've made your choice. We're going to start with number 1 over here, Seek Your Destiny, which is upside down because winter was, oh my gosh, I set this all up and she just jumped on them and wiped them all out. It was so funny. All right, I'm going to start shuffling these. Wow, so let's see. Yeah, really, here's another thing that we have to remember, and this is what makes life easier as well. Chemistry can't be planned, you know what I mean? It is a natural occurrence. We are either really into someone and it's right away. Lots of times it's pheromones. It's a very natural reaction. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Queen of Wands. Oof. Well, you're a very attractive person. I'm hearing quite loud too. 8 of Wands. Wow, look at these wands. This is very action. Yeah, if any of you, oof, look at this in Death. This is beautiful. Oh my God, this is so great. Guess what? You're going to have brand new sexual adventures with the significant other that's coming in. Here's why. You have completely dropped any old labels you've assigned to yourself. Whether too heavy, too light, too big, too small, too pretty, too not pretty, whatever they are. Those silly things that go in your head that you thought you were, those weird things, you're dropping all that. You're realizing, you're revisiting who you are on a soul level, and you're realizing, yeah, physicality, that's very nice, but guess what? Internally, it really is where the chemistry begins in that attraction. Somebody who is just lovely, kind, balanced, and giving. That's what a man wants. A man wants the same thing as a woman, to be looked at like they're solid gold, like they are this beautiful, shiny, gorgeous, delicious person, right? Not like they're, like, you ever have somebody I don't know how to explain it. You ever see anybody look at somebody else and they're repelled for some reason, whether it's just somebody wearing clothes that do not suit them or whatever? Nobody ever wants to be looked at like that. People want to be looked at in a very loving way. And here's how you're going to notice too these signs. He's going to be really staring at your power places, which is like right into your eyes, because the spot that a person looks at you can reveal a lot about their sexual attraction to you for sure. If the man or woman's eyes keep drifting to your mouth, that's a huge one. Legs, hair, and chest. The interest is about your physique. It's testing behaviors. It's one of those things. Yeah, it's very funny. Like, too, if somebody's drinking coffee and they start to sort of massage and move their hands around their cups, I feel like you're going to feel that. They're going to be rubbing it against their lip. It's all those things that they don't, it's reactionary. They don't even realize they're doing it. It's one of those things where they're aroused, so they start to do things that involve their mouth and their hands and stuff. Like, molest that coffee cup. Go for it. Oh, yeah, because you are very sexy to them. You are the queen of wands. You are fire. You have ignited a fire in them for sure. Here's another thing, close contact. When you're attracted to somebody, you really want to get close to them, right? A playful touch, a man who accidentally rubs your back or your legs or any other body part. It's one of those things, and this is going to be also revealed with intense eye contact too. Eight of Wands, it's one of those things where they're just trying to burrow a hole right through your head by looking at you. And that's another thing that I love, and it can't really be contained, is that once over, you know what I mean? That head to toe. They're just taking you in, they're drinking you in. They're simply aroused by your persona, your physique, everything about you. So they're trying to get a full picture. It's weird. It's almost like a candid camera moment where they don't want to forget what you look like and they want to drink it all in. That's so cute. Oh my God. So yes, they are very, very, let's pull a fun, I almost said manifester, an affirminator. So cute. All right, let's pull one. Oh my gosh, look at this love. Oh, I think we had this the other day too. Let me read this to you. It's very sweet. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulations I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try, or how about the chills I get when I'm singing along to any song. Yay! I go crazy and I get the chills when I sing any Tom Petty songs. Running Down a Dream, any of those songs, I get the total chills. That's amazing, you guys. So that's you. Yeah, look out for these signs. And remember, again, because chemistry is just a natural occurrence, it can sometimes just put you off your game, right? Your balance. You're like, whoa, because you can start blushing. You can feel like you're losing your balance. You want to draw out the conversation, so some crazy things can come out. Okay, after I do each one, I'm gonna put that on it so I know, just in case I get a major distraction like an insano cat trying to knock over the whole world. Okay, so the next one is going to be embrace your spirit. That's funny. Those actually got turned around because she's just always up to things. So let's see, I want to reshuffle these back into the deck so we can have use of them, because I like these cards. We're going to try. I'm going to switch all different kinds of decks too. I like to do that. I'll go with all different decks as well. So let's see what's going on with this. Yeah, I enjoy watching people that are attracted to them, because I feel like they almost are like special needs at some points, because your equilibrium, it can be thrown off. If you're really, really attracted to somebody, you get displaced and disbalanced and just a lot of everything you know what I mean? Okay, actually I want to use these. 7 of Wands. We're really heavy on the wand scale here. Ooh, nice. Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Oh yes, that is the perfect balance. Look at this. Yes. Ooh, I love this so much. Yes, I feel you guys are beautifully, beautifully matched not only in the sexual compatibility, but sexual chemistry. You have an equal attraction faction, I call it. It's like you're picking up on each other's cues. You both have the ability to just at a glance get the other person going. Really, it's something about that. And I love that you guys are going to start to plan to up your game too, because it's like a fun it's a fun game too. Like you're going to wear colors they love, fabrics they love, stuff like that. This one too, this group is definitely about physical space. I feel like a lot of there's going to be really obvious signs from the men where they're intentionally and naturally you try to keep a bubble around the ones that you want to be close to, because you want to be in that little sphere. So they're going to be leaning into that space. They're going to be touching your shoulder, your back, all those things. The drawing out conversations with a really deep tone, because when two people start to talk like a little sexy and they're trying to be alluring, your voice tone starts to get deeper and softer. And that's when you really know that sexual attraction takes place. People, they slow it down. The tone gets lower. Your faces will be closer to each other. Studies prove that when you talk to someone about real subjects that interest both of you, you're more likely to fall in love. Isn't that funny? Your body is releasing all these endorphins and all these natural chemicals. And it's just that, like attracting like, for sure. So men often speak in like a very masterful, deep tone with decisive low endings to sentences, while women will often end their sentences in a high note. And it's creating that intimacy and that seduction. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of voice play and eye contact and space. I feel them coming into your space and always trying to have like little touches. And there is a way, that look, right? That look like, dude, you are it for me. That attraction, that look, that glance. It's very flirty but warm. It just takes on a life of its own. So let's see what we can have for. Oh, look, and this is your affirmator card. No judgment. Yes, that is my credo, and what I try to live by is absolutely no judgment. What is the point? We don't need other people judging us. That makes somebody defensive faster than any other facet I can ever think of verbally, right? When somebody's like, oh, nice outfit or whatever, it's like, who are they to judge? Who is anybody to judge, right? That is one topic that gets me truly excitable, because that's even like when people go on those shows and they talk about other people's outfits and stuff. If it's derogatory or mean, I'm like, who made them judge and jury of that? And half the time, those people look ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, zip it. Nobody asked your opinion. If somebody asks it, sure. But still, just people are always shooting off the mouth about that. Judgy people get on my last nerve. They need to shut it and rebut it. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, I call it in my office, and I tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Right, absolutely. And especially when we're trying to connect with somebody on a intimacy level, you know what I mean? You ever have those people that chime in and, oh, but his hair, oh, but his clothes, oh, but or this, oh, but or, you know what I mean? All these people that want to come in and chime in. People need to leave their judgment for themselves. And the only thing they should be judging themselves on is being a clean, pure soul that wants the best for others, and to put their focus on how to have a beautiful manifested love life, a beautiful manifested career they want, to bring joy and love and light to the world. Usually judgment comes in a whole different shade of darkness. You know what I mean? People really need to just drop that. That's my one pet peeve. When people come in, I just go quiet because I don't want to unleash the dogs of war when it comes to stuff like that. But if somebody is relentless, then forget it. You might as well just game over here. Yeah, look at me, I'm getting all pent up. So again, yeah, you guys, you'll be able to recognize the signs. This is going to be very, very heavy on the eye contact, the touching and coming into your space. But you guys have matched energy, which is perfect with the King and Queen of Pentacles. Ideally matched energy, which is beautiful. I love that. That's nice. And that's rare. I mean, that doesn't happen. Again, it's saying it's not something you can fake, right? Absolutely not. Look at me trying to... These glossy cards are very slippery, but I don't really care. Have courage is our next one. Woo! I'm already hearing, before I've even started, I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I'm going to say this. I wanted to do it at the beginning. I was on a webinar yesterday with Colette Baron Reed. My mind was blown. I was so happy the whole time. My mouth was open the whole time. And she is hilarious because her husband helps her with her audio and her... video, and he was there helping out because she was losing some aspects of the feed, and she was like, John, and he would come help her. So lovely the whole time. It was like probably like 45 minutes, this webinar, and the whole time I was just in a state of glee, because it is my one hope that I really want to attend her cruise coming this April. It's only about 150 people, which is perfect, because water, again, water is definitely being clairaudient. I feel like when I'm around water, and I do go to the beach to do private reads a lot of the times, water, because we're made of so much water, the energy and the information flows a lot faster for people with clairaudience and any of the clairvoyance, all those things. I feel like the flow, but it was so great. I was so jazzed out the whole time. It was wonderful, but it was, the similarities were uncanny when it came to technical malfunctions and relying on the male species for it. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. And she also said this funny thing, that she had her a real strong intuitive hit when she was out with this man, that her spirit and guides were saying, this is not the man, this is not your husband, this is not your husband. And she says, I married him anyway. I love Colette Baron Reed. She's hilarious. So anyway, you guys, look at this, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Ten of Cups. Jeez, just come on, baby, light my fire. It just popped into my head. Yes, but joyous and very, you guys are very synced up. Yeah, very, wow, yeah. Super vibing. And here's the thing too, I hear with this particular man or woman is very generous towards you. They're very respectful, loving, and they always want to keep your cup full. Your sexual cup, your emotional cup, all those things. And I feel like these people are really cute too. Like they're really going to be looking out for you nutritionally wise, that you're eating well, you have your good brain food, you're feeling good. They want to spoil you for sure. And here's you guys have this group, whammo, in the magnetic pull department. You know, it's a subtle sign of the sexual attraction, but you ever have an experience when you're like in a public place with somebody that you're interested in, and somehow you wind up standing right next to them without even realizing you moved closer? That's what this is, where you're just magnetically operated and you're like, shoom, and there's like an uncontrollable urge to touch or get close to the one that you're attracted to. Our sense of individual space will change when we're close to someone that we're attracted to sexually. You know, we open up in order to include them in our zone for sure. So space is really at play here. So I feel like, yeah, you're not going to notice that somebody's so close to you or you're so close to them, because you're going to want that intimacy in terms of space for sure. Oh, that's really, really nice. Yeah, and of course they're very adoring of your physique. You are their ideal type. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I keep hearing in my head, gorgeous, perfect. And they can't even think of stopping thinking of touching you and grabbing you, rubbing your arm and being close to you. But again, they want to spoil you. They want to swathe you in fabrics that you love and really feed you well. I'm hearing diet, like they just want you to have all this delicious, great food, because I feel like quite a few of these are foodies. Again, you're very, very, yeah, it's very magnetic. I'm hearing this very strongly too right now. Considerate memory, it's called. A guy who's sexually attracted to you will develop a type of considerate memory. You know, it means he'll keep in mind even the small but important details about you. What you like, what kind of wine you like, what kind of food, all that stuff. He'll want to prove to you that he knows and remembers important details. Not just normal details, tiny details. Your mother's middle name, if you mention that. A lot of this I'm hearing that your family name. I feel like a lot of you have some step brothers and sisters, and he's going to know the family division and who goes where in that. All those little details. It's important to him because it's important to you. That's beautiful. And there's nothing like somebody having such an intense interest that they remember these things, right? It's delightful. It's so nice to know that people are caring for sure. Okay, so your thing is, well, look at this, divine timing. He's trying to flick the thing. Let's see what that has to say. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Right? Look at this, you guys. Yeah, just be aware that this is if this is not already happening, this is very, very soon. Like I've been saying, November has Jupiter in her house of Sagittarius right now. So that is the planet of giving, and everybody's vibrations and just their frequencies are going up. They have a lovely sense of anticipation, and it's drawing in love. It's drawing in these seductive, beautiful encounters. You know what I mean? I love that. And y'all are going to be spoiled. So if you guys are new, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And also press the notification bell so you can get notified for all the new videos. And all my links are down below for private reads. I know a lot of you are coming to me where now you're actually manifesting some stuff and you're on another tier and it's making you a little nervous because it's like behavioral wise and feeling wise. So yeah, feel free to contact me for a private read, because there's lots of steps you can take to just ground out and relax and fall into these new relationships. Very, very easy processes. So that's amazing, you guys. I love that. Woo! Nice. Beautiful. Now we are on to, see, I got so friggin' psyched and into that. Now you were born to create. Oh my God, I got to calm down. I got to get it together. I get so excited about, there's nothing like this kind of energy when it gets out there. It's like my head starts buzzing. And I want to tell a couple of you guys too, I was getting a little nervous. I was listening to some stuff when I was doing the webinar with Colette Baron Reed yesterday, and listening that, you know, we do have certain effects readers and people with clairaudience, clairvoyance, clair anything, and people that are ascending. And once you start to accept this, like I'm becoming more and more accepting that it's not just my intuition telling me things. The reason I have such clarity on other people's behaviors and what's going on is because I'm just listening now. I'm really tuned in, but it does have side effects at times, because when your third eye opens, you do get a little vertigo, you get like head rushes, you can get dizzy, headaches. So I'm really caring for myself now in that arena. And I told even Ian this morning, I'm like, I'm going to take it easy. I said, I like to start fresh in the morning. There's nothing in my head yet. There's not too much chatter. I feel grounded and good. And that's how I like to start it. So it's definitely, yeah, some of you experiencing that, just remember, I have a humongous tourmaline, things like that will help you ground out, because there's a lot of ascension going on and expansion. So you guys, next, you were born to create. You were born to create some sweet love, and so yeah. I'm going to do this deck again too. I love the bright colors in it. This is, funnily enough, this deck, I think it's like the Acropolis one. I love the lovely jewel tones, but this deck really speaks to me, as well as my Witch's Tarot. There's just a couple where I feel like, boom, it just goes right in, and there's like a category in my head that's like, okay, you ready? Release the hounds. And it's like, because again, I was telling you, sometimes receiving messages, it's like a ticker tape that goes very quickly, and I need to regulate my voice and get all the components in a very aligned way so it can be understood by you guys. Ooh, King of Swords. We're having a lot of kings and queens. There is a lot, whoa, a lot of high compatibility. And like I said too, oh my gosh, wow on top of wow. Now what's happening too, crazily enough, with this 11/11 date, I knew the energy would be intense and fast and passionate. But look at this, with the Princess of Wands, the Princess of Swords, and the King of Swords in the middle, it's like you're double teaming him on your sexiness. He's super attracted to you. This is something that, again, there's that magnetic pull, but I'm feeling even louder is this mirroring behavior. That's why these are on either side. Let me take a sip of my coffee while I explain mirroring. Quite a few of you know, but this is very powerful with you right now, and I want you to look out for these signs, because they're going to be super apparent once you know they exist. Now, your mirroring behaviors are, he's going to be doing this to you and vice versa. When it comes to indicators of sexual attraction, of interest, mirroring is a classic one. It could be used in various situations to reveal if somebody is really into you or not. You know what I mean? If somebody changes their body in order to match what you do, when they want to impress you or catch your attention, scientists know that mirroring is left over since ancient times for sure, in which copying movements are considered a manner to predict being non-threatening. The more you realize yourself in someone else, the deeper the attraction goes. Like I was saying earlier too, that men and women tend to fall in love with each other faster when they're discussing things and they have more and more in common. Your body starts releasing all these chemicals, these endorphins. It's a thing of vibing with your tribe. That's exactly the easiest way to put it, for sure. Here's another thing. The conversations, when I hear the king here, the conversations are going to be drawling with the deep tone. Again, the voices, because when anybody starts to have sexy attraction talk, I call it, the voice tone starts to get deeper and softer with men. A healthy sign that he wants you is that he'll move his face closer to you as well. And I feel like this one too is going to be a lot of physical indicators of where he's looking. He's going to be looking at your lips. He's going to be looking at your hands, imagining your hands on his. He's going to be looking at his own hands. And I feel like if he's holding coffee or anything, he's going to be rubbing the cup against his lip. Everything that is very tactile and sensual, things like that for sure. But huge mirror behaviors, hands on hips, how if you're gesticulating with your hands, pursing your lips, however you're moving, if you touch your hair, he or she is going to be following that. Again, you guys, I love this. I feel like the considerate memory is coming into play as well, which I love. When a guy's sexually attracted to you, he's going to develop a very certain type of memory. He's going to remember all those little details that are important to you, not your name, your birthday, whatever like that. Little things, little factors that are important to you. The fact that you love suede, but you can't buy it because when it gets moisture on it, it aggravates the hell out of you. You won't buy anything that has to go to the dry cleaners because of the work involved. Little things like that that you say. And it's going to come as a surprise, and it's going to be lovely. You know what I mean? Because isn't it nice when somebody remembers those small details? And I keep hearing that, you want to get your ears pierced. You want to get your ears pierced, or you want to get a tattoo, some sort of embellishment, and they're remembering that, and it's going to come up in a topic, and you're going to be like, how can you remember that? That's really cute. So here's your fun affirminator. And yeah, remember I was saying too, everything is temporary. I love this. Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through the hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that even more will come my way. Impertinence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Isn't that beautiful? Again, I cannot stipulate enough that when we're feeling unease or rushed or whatever can be popping into our head, any of that self-talk that we don't need, that we're trying to shut off, remember, everything is temporary. That it can be a 1 second, it comes in your head, and just dismiss it and be like, no, I want to know that what I want is on the way. I want to know that love has arrived. I want to know abundance has arrived. So that's what's great about impermanence. Even if we feel off kilter for a moment, it's a non-entity because it's going to poof, evaporate any second. So that's always good to know. You know what I mean? We can start our reaffirming our love is here, all those things that we need. Look at that. Yeah, the mirroring behavior. Very excited for you guys. There's so much passion coming. It's absurd. And sometimes, yeah, we're just so damn busy in our day and carrying on, or we're shopping, or we're working, that we don't necessarily notice nuances. That is not going to be the case with you guys. These are no longer nuances. They're bam, right in your face. I want you. I want you. Your hot stuff type of deal. Wonderful. So if you guys are new, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it. Ding, ding, ding. Press the little bell too, because that will notify you when the new videos are up as well. And I'm trying to post at least one a day for you guys, you charming folks, because you guys are the best. And all my links are down below if you need any assistance with my Patreon page. We're really trying to build that up. And private reads, anything of that matter, because I know a lot of my new private reads people are ascending. They're getting to another new level of understanding, and they want to be able to grasp things that are even greater. A lot of people that are entering into new love lives, just trying to get a steady footing on that without getting too wrapped up, again, because when we're dealing with manifesting, we never want to hang on too tight or attach desperation or lost to something that's just come into our field, right? We gotta let things breathe. We gotta let trust in the universe. Know it's here. Know our guides are protecting us. All those things. Beautiful, you guys. I love that. Now we are all connected. I love this card so much. It's so beautiful. Okay, so let's see what the chemistry is for this group. Do you have sexual chemistry, and what are some of the indicators of that for you? Oh, Prince of Wands. That's funny because this is the one that's supposed to be that, and the King of Wands and Queen of Wands is the fire, sexy, ready to get revved up. Oh, look at this. Princess of Cups. Very good. So we have the Princess of Cups, the Prince of Wands. That's compatibility right there anyway. And then the Six of Pentacles is a lovely balanced number. This is ideal for the sense that I'm hearing very closely with you there and the fire in the middle, that you're very comfortable in your own skin. Now, this is a huge draw for the opposite sex, same sex, or whoever you're trying to attract, because when we're comfortable in our own skin, it's not a guessing game anymore. They're not trying to guess if what's coming out of you and what's emanating is truthful, is on, that you're vibing and you're connecting, because there's no facade here. You can tell right away too when someone's genuine, right? It's their eye contact, it's the way they stand, they're non-defensive. There's something light and breezy about them. A smile comes to them easily. Their gestures and their posture is very relaxed. And they're engaging. They're going to talk about what interests them. They're not going to agree with everything. And once we start acknowledging any flaws we think we have and we accept them as part of who we are, we begin to know that nothing is sexier than a person that just accepts everything about themselves, right? I know for certain that's one of the reasons people are attracted to me as well. I know I am so goofy and unorganized in some things, but not my profession and not what's important to me. When it comes to my tarot cards are all aligned, they're safely packed away. All my stuff that pertains to my private reads, I have a file of facts, everything's all organized in that to a T. If I am interested in it, and it is a passion of mine, it is the most organized aspect. Also my professionalism, when I tutor other people and teach them methodologies of tarot, anything like that, or I do help people starting their businesses and how to align their time correctly, I can do that and have a formulated plan and have it be number one, because it's important to me. Now, in terms of what you guys are drawing towards you, you're going to notice a lot of this, and I love this too. Again, you're going to have that beautiful, the memory that he has of what you're saying and vice versa. Those little compilations of stories, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, things you like, he and she is going to remember every little detail, and it's going to be so lovely. Like just little things like, again, you don't like wool sweaters because they're itchy. You don't like to bring things to the dry cleaners because it's not very cost effective. Little things like you're aggravated because your dog or cat left hair all over your black coat. Stuff like that that you say you're going to remember. He or she is going to remember that, and it's going to be so endearing because you're important to them. What you think, feel, and say is important to them. They are very attracted to you, and you have super high compatibility. I especially like when we get any kind of wands and the Prince of Wands, because it's someone who still is impressionable too. I feel like if you're connecting with a new male aspect, he's very impressionable, and he would like, he's guided by your lead. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to overstep any boundaries. Again, he likes to be super close to you, and inside that personal bubble, you know what I mean? He likes to lean in when he's speaking. You're going to catch him staring at you. Good. It's that same adage. You ever see anybody and you're just in awe? They come on a screen when you're watching a film, they enter a room, whatever. They're just breathtaking to you for some reason, and you can't get enough of them. It's just like looking at a beautiful piece of art. Especially, I get like that if somebody's voice is very entrancing, because I'm clairaudient anyway. Sounds are very, very dynamic to me. If I'm in a room with a lot of people and they have high-pitched laughs, I have to remove myself after a while because it gets very daunting for me to be in that atmosphere. However, if somebody has a very deep, melodic, honey voice, it's like I'm attracted to that even more if they have a beautiful face. Things like that, I feel like you're very attracted to them in your stature, your voice, the pheromonal. Yeah, I feel like they're naturally attracted to your smell. That's why they want to be so close to you. So it's like one of those things where don't be alarmed. And again, I feel a lot of mirroring is going to go on. When I see princess and prince next to each other, that echoes very strongly that you're going to have somebody mirroring you. You know, that's one of the biggest signs. And it's subconscious. You don't even know. If you cross your arms, if you put your hands on your hip, if you tap your foot, all those things, it's almost like subconscious. They just start to do that. Their interest in you is generated on a level where they're going in simpatico with you, and they're blending in with your movements, which is beautiful. Again, I'm seeing that they can't get close enough to you, and but because you're also attracted to them, it's not distracting or infringing on you in any way. In fact, it's quite nice because you like the smell of them, you like them near you. So let's get an affirmator. Oh, look. Oh, you got the magic card too. We had this yesterday. I love it. And I feel like, especially with 1111 and this energy of November, is crazy off the charts magic. It says, I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill in their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. And yeah, these people coming into your sphere, because you are quite magnetic, is going to be like, this is odd. This is like awesome in its coolness that people are like orbiting around you and they can't get close enough to you. And again, but you're very chill about it. And I feel like you're going to set, boundaries to those people you don't want approaching any further, but you're going to do it very diplomatically, because there is going to be a barrage of people. Like attracts like, once that energy starts moving towards you of these suitors, it magnifies, and then more suitors want to come as well. So again, you just set those boundaries, and you can do it with just a look. People know when they're dismissed by a look, like, okay, this conversation has to end because I have other things to do. And then if you're enamored of them as well, you can just stare at each other for a couple hours. Who cares? If you're not at work, you can do whatever you want. That's why I'm self-employed, so I can just stare at my cats and Ian whenever I want. So that's you guys. Amazing. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. If you're new, the little notification bell is down there as well, so you can know when all the new videos are up. And all my links are down below for private reads, Patreon, anything of that ilk. And feel free to take a look, because we're going to have really fun stuff on Patreon. I'm going to do all, in terms of like reads like this, I'm going to be adding what all the signs are, like that, little videos that encapsulate what the whole read's about as well, so you can get further knowledge. Because I did do one on body language, stuff like that, because a lot of you are curious, because in the fast-paced world, it's hard sometimes to pick up on these cues, right? And cues are important. They're crucial to know how to make the next step if you want to initialize a connection with these people, for sure, right? Okay, so that's you guys. We're all connected. And now we are on to challenge your perception. I love the phrase of that card. It's so true. I have to remind myself every day, hey, start challenging your perceptions. Because yesterday I just had an incident. I'm shuffling, so I'm going to share this with you. I went to my favorite gem shop, and there was an older woman that looked like she was getting ready to go in line, but I knew she'd been tussling around there since I walked in, and she had put something on the counter, so I thought she was ready. So I said, go ahead. Come to find out, the only girl there that was working there, Amy, who I know, was making her a necklace, and the lady was still picking up. I waited over 20 minutes while she just kept hemming and hawing and grabbing new things, and finally I had reached a stage where I knew I wouldn't be able to approach this magnanimously, so I just put all my things back and I went to a similar store up the road to that, because we get to a point where, our perceptions can get out of whack. Like, is this intentional? Like you almost reach hysteria because you want what you want, but we have to remember other people operate on a different level of perceptions. Older people realize that people should be going into bead and gem stores when they have all the time in the world, because it's a luxury and it's lovely and fun to be able to do. Where I wanted to go catch a sunset, so I was a little impatient, but I thought 20 minutes or a half hour to wait in line with only one person there is a bit extreme. And I was like, yeah, but again, I flipped the shoe and said, you know what, she's trying to share a story about her grandchildren making these stones in glass class. So I just said, hey, there's other things that can be done. So again, we do have to remember our perceptions, and especially as well in attraction too. Queen of Swords, very beautiful. Nice. King of Wands. Okay, again, so you're evenly matched in your passion and your attraction. That's lovely when that happens. We've been getting Prince and Princess, Knight, Page. We've been getting and Stars. Yes. This is not only a high chemistry match, but it's also, I feel like it's a cosmic match as well. Whenever the star is in there, I feel like this is a sort of predestined and arranged for this person to come in sort of like on a soul level. You have a soul contract. I feel like a lot when the sun and the moon and the stars come in, and this especially because you have a king and a queen. You're so evenly matched. So again, you're looking out for these signs, and you're not being dismissive of them, because especially when somebody's so highly attractive, you think, oh, I imagine that or whatever, but you don't imagine somebody being inside your, what I call your sacred circle, when they're within a foot of you and you're still comfortable with that and you wish they could be even closer. And that's when you start to get that pheromonal mix of attraction, where you don't even have boundaries any longer because you're so highly chemically attracted to them. And also that prolonged staring, it verges on just outright staring, because you're trying to read them. You're exchanging energy on every level through all your chakras. you know, and while you're interchanging that information, your body's trying to upload and you're just keeping eye contact because you don't want to break that connection. You know what I mean? It's very karmic. It's very beautiful. It's super solid. And another thing that happens heavily in this instance is the where you get that magnetic pull. You know, you could start at 10, 12 feet away and all of a sudden you've just moved closer to them. You're right beside them all of a sudden, or vice versa. It's that magnetic draw. You simply just go on autopilot to get closer to them. Also, that this is going to be that group that has that beautiful ingrained memory of everything you say that's important to you. Like they'll pull stuff out of there. I just looked at the clock. It said 11:11 right when I read that he or she is trying to garner all the information you're telling, because what you're saying and what's important to you is extremely important to them. So they're going to remember those little things, like your cat's name is Fluffy, or you walk your dog in a certain park, you have a favorite artist, things like that. All those small details are going to stay with them. Your favorite colors, your favorite fabrics, everything that you mentioned like that you are an Aries, that you are a Sagittarius, all those things, it's going to stay. And it's very flattering because, again, what you say is important. They are very attracted to you and they're going to remember these little things. Another big one is mirroring. I got that in quite a few of them. I feel there's a lot of mirroring going on. That is almost like autopilot as well. When you cross your arms, when you uncross your arms, when you hold your palms up, when you put your hands on your hips, when you step in closer, all those things, it's that mirroring arena of they're impressed by you and your physicality, and they're simply trying to connect with you on every level like that, because your energies are being exchanged so quickly. And this is a very fast moving energy group with the star involved, where it's like you all of a sudden understand each other very quickly, very easily. Yeah, and I feel like your natural pheromone and scent is super, super attractive. And they really just want to get close to you. And that also using that beautiful excuse to just sort of touch you in some way, brush your hands together, you know, put their hand on the small of their back to guide you, things like that. And again, there's another thing that people do when they're highly attracted, and it's there's chemistry involved. They don't even know that they're doing it, but they're looking at the parts of you that they would like to touch. They're very engaged with glancing like at your lips, at your legs, things like that. And hands as well, because they're imagining you touching them. So it's like, again, an autopilot thing, which is really cute. And if they're holding something physically, they physically start to caress things like their coffee cup, and they start to move their hands across it. It's just one of those things where it's all, their five senses are engaged because they're so highly captivated by you. So that's beautiful. Woo, very nice. Let's see what your, oh, vitality, very nice. I love these. Look at these. You guys can get a hold of these. You should get some off Amazon. They're very inexpensive and they're so cute. I read them every day. Vitality. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love life fills me with a healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. Yeah, that's another thing. When love and all those endorphins and those things start clicking through your body at a fast rate, you do feel more vital. You feel your vitality kicking. You feel like you're physically stronger. Your mental acuity is stronger. All those things, because these chemicals are there for a reason, and they're very helpful in all avenues of deciphering what is crucial to know, and also to respond to that. Is it someone you're attracted to as well? Because if you're the female, it's important you let their male ego know that you're attracted to them, so they don't move on. Again, people's attention spans aren't always that long, and or they're afraid of rejection. So let them know, give them that smile, that encouragement, and yeah, very beautiful. I love that a lot. So if you guys are new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and the bell, the notification bell as well down the bottom, because that will show you when all the new videos are up. And all my links are down below. If you press the little gray arrow at the bottom of the screen, all the links will come up for private reads, for the Patreon page, everything all in that arena for you as well. So get out there and mix it up, because there's people out there and you have high like you're very magnetic. People are very drawn to you and pulled to you, again, because like attracts like. Once that ball is in motion, it creates more and more. You know what I want? 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 I really, really want. Yeah, you know what you want, and now it's coming towards you, because what you want is on the way. So I'm very excited for you. So yeah, get that self-confidence, get that smile going, and it's all just going to head in your direction. Hooray!